How did you develop the concept for this television show? I remember in our last interview, you compared your life to your art. So how does In the Cut relate to you?
I love that question. I'm going to tell you how In the Cut relates to me. You come up with these different concepts and you're always trying to say what's real, what's funny. My cousin, one of my cousins from the Bay Area called me up and he said, "Hey cuz, I got a little situation. Man, you're not gonna believe this, man. You got another cousin." So of course I said, "So you got a little one on the way?" And he goes, "Nah." I said, "You got one that's here?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Oh man, how old is he?" He goes, 30. So I thought that was, it wasn't funny, but it was kind of funny. We laughed about it. I said, "You got a 30-year-old son that you just met?" He goes, "Yeah, man, he just came up and introduced himself to me." And I looked at him and he told me his mother's name. And I said, "Yeah, I know your mother." And I looked at him and said, "Yes, he's my son." So I thought that would be a good place to start a show where you got a guy who meets his son for the very first time. Now, what happens in that relationship? They become roommates, but it becomes more like an odd couple. You can't be daddy at this point. You have a 50-year-old man and a 30-year-old son. They're related, but now they're more like friends. So it's kind of like that concept. And then to put them into the barbershop was another thing that was element that was autobiographical. Another friend of mine, when we were teenagers, he told me he knew where his father was, but he had never met him. And we were about 19. He said he works at this barbershop on Pico. My grandmother told me about it. And so we went to the barbershop to meet him, and my friend checked it out. We looked through the window and we saw him. We never went in. So I said, blend both of these scenarios, and I think we got some sort of an original type of show.
Wow. Now that's a story.
I don't know. Jay is a good guy. He means well. He takes the people around him very seriously, and I think he tries to treat people really well. The different level that I had was I was a family man. I have two wonderful kids that I've always been a part of their life, since birth and still am. And so Jay doesn't even realize he has a son until he shows up into his life 32 years later. And so, they're trying to acquire this father-son relationship, but they're also buddies. And the role of Kennel, what is his name on the show?
Kenny Clark.
Is played by Kennel. And so they're trying to build this relationship that they never had. So
my character is just kind of crazy, so he's just like me.
Just like me.
This is the me that nobody ever gets to see because they won't let him out, and Bentley decided to let him out. So, yeah, we're exactly alike.
I've been practicing and doing my barbering for some years now, so it's like just to be able to jump into this has been amazing. I don't know if we're going to actually let me cut anybody or fade anybody on the set, but we're going to have some fun with it. Basically my character's name is Kenny Clark. He met his father 32 years ago the first time, and I walked into the barbershop and there's my pops. My connection with that is my brother, my oldest brother, named Gregory. I met him when I was 17 years old, and so just having that absence, and trying to live it through understanding him and understanding my other brother Derek. I have 3 other brothers. I'm the youngest, so it's interesting, man. It's kind of complex, but I love being able to backtrack and go into my history and try to bring that to the character.
I play Angelique. She's come back after a tour in the military. And she's fallen in love with Kenny. I have a young daughter, and it's basically just navigating through the life of a single mother who's finding new love, and just kind of seeing where that goes.
Bentley is incredible. I mean, the man does so much. Very creative. He's a great leader. He definitely knows how to talk to the actors. He's on our level. He knows what he wants. Knows how to communicate with us, and just a great director, great person.
Yes.
Bentley, the important thing about a director is that he really does create the environment for the entire crew and the cast and everybody. So that when you have somebody like Bentley, who's really so warm and so welcoming and creative and collaborative, collaborative. Not only is it a joy to work with him, but it makes everybody, including myself, my job so much easier, because you really do feel a spirit of freedom, a spirit of real play. And even when I walked in today, you said, "Are you ready to play?" And that kind of thing, I think, really opens an actor up, you know, and allows you to just feel free to create and do what you want. So I think he's an amazing director, and he really creates, more than just creating a picture on the screen, he really creates a great atmosphere off the screen as well.